Good. Yeah.
Let's do it, sweetheart. Whoa, careful. Fine. Good. Come on.
There's one loyal dog here.
Slippery, huh? Out.
There is one who's loyal, right, Epi?
Thank you. Fine.
Up, up. Easy. Work. CupCake. In, up. Keep going, up. Yes, good. Ken, be a good man. Yes, a good man, Ken. Good work, sir. Primal elements popping off. Yes, good man.
Yes, good girl. Wow, that girl. She is amazing.
Darn it, Ken.
Yes, good girl.
Eight.
Yes.
Oh, good job. Good job. Wait, house.
What's up?
Couple more.
Look at that.
Couple
No
more.
gate clinking.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hot shit move, CupCake. stealing Lele moves, mine. Wait.
Not yet.
Yes.
I'm gonna need to let Ken out.
Yes. Ouse. Go. Okay.
The vandal
Catch.
struck again.
Wow.
Yes, it has
Wow.
been 0
Ouch.
days
Yeah.
since we've been attacked by vandals.
Whoa.
You did not see me do it, did you?
Stay right there. Ouse.
You did not.
Go, go, go.
Through and flip.
Good. Ouse. Go, go, go. Ouse. Yes, ouse. Up, up, up. Ouse. There. Yes. Good. Good. Ouse. Through. Yes, ouse. Yes. Badass. Go, go, go.
Through and flip.
Good. Ouse. Go, go, go. Ouse. Yes, ouse. Up, up, up. Ouse. Good. Right there. Yes, good. 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 Ouse. Through. Yes, ouse. Yes. Badass.
Yes, good man, Ken. Good man. All right, hey, what's up, guys? How is it going? Welcome to the show. Didn't expect to have my screen there like that, but whatever. What's going on? It is, what the hell is it? It is Mechanics Monday. Here we are. It is Monday, Ken. Yes. So, yep, here with Antonis, CupCake King. Whoa, 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 excuse me. CupCake, go. Go, go, go. Dude, CupCake. Yeah, you ruined it. I didn't say your name twice. Ken, you were ruining it. CupCake, up, up. Sure. Ken, Epic, Antonis. In case you missed it. So yep, DiscDog Dojo, I'm Ron. I'll be hosting tonight. We have a nice little schedule for you. I'll let you know what's going on. We're gonna do team movement. And we're gonna do it through affordance theory and through affordances, and that's a little different. So we're going to talk about how the environment and how the dog as a piece of the environment is super important to team movement, right? Right. We've been working on it for like the last, I don't know, 10 days, 12 days. So. We're also going to talk about action capacity versus skill. This is also coming out of affordance theory. And then we're going to talk about Inceptive Marking, which is a Play Plus technique that we use to, I don't know how to say it, to bring behaviors to where they're used as tools, to take transparent flow when we're kicking ass, we don't see anything, and then we stop kicking ass a little bit and we start to see problems. The Inceptive Marking allows us and the dog to both see the good things that we're doing while we're doing them. So that's pretty cool. Just a different way of using a positive marker. And then we're going to play some Primal Games. I don't know which dogs we'll play with, but we'll do some Primal Games, which are games that are designed to like embody basic, real base level foundational skills. So that's what we got on the agenda. Oh, and your questions. So there you go. I don't know who's here. We do have somebody here. That's great. It doesn't always happen like that. A third of my viewing audience is sitting here. Another third is arriving back home in Thessaloniki as we speak. But But yeah, so that's what we got on the agenda. Anything you want to talk about or anything you want to? No? No? All right, don't let me forget that if I move. So yeah, not a lot. I'm not going to jump up and start fucking moving, man. Did I make it 10 minutes? I think I made it 10 minutes. Maybe we'll be able to be not monetized, but whatchamacallit. We won't get de-boosted. Hey, what's up, Michelle? Good to see you. Glad you're getting here. Did you do any of that stuff we talked about yesterday? I can show you that today. I'll go ahead and show you that, what we talked about from your post on the website. So Michelle's a patron of mine. She can't make it to class. She would like to. We need to come up with a day for class, by the way, Michelle. So maybe hit me up after the stream sometime. Try and get a time when we can get a class that would be convenient for you. She posted, and she was working the pendulum, and it took her a super long time to get her dog to do it in a new environment. And I submit to you, Michelle, that the reason that happened was because the skill wasn't embodied, right? Or a quick way to get that, or a good way to generalize it, or a good way to conceptualize it for generalization. Would be to try to embody the experience, to do it as a primal game kind of setup. Yeah, cool. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and do that. Is that Ken that walked out?
Okay.
Bother him. He's hunting vandals. I found a vandal. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out the CupCake cam. Get that ready. Happy. The CupCake cam. Go ahead and hit the dojo thing. You know which one it is, right? Where's my...
Boom.
So Ken here is going to be 7 months old on the 1st. He's getting giant. CupCake is 18 months old. King's about 4 or 5. Epi, you're an old man. You're going to be 10, I think. 10. So let me see. I'm going to do this, that, and the other with Ken. And I will go ahead and... Oh, shit. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to do this, that, and the other with Ken, and I will go ahead and I'm going to do clock and counter, right? And then I'm going to, back to back, and then I'm going to do something else, right? So the game we're going to play, it's a primal game. It's called This, That, the Other, and it's 3 behaviors in order. The first one we do is this. I'm going to do a clockwise around. The second one we do is that. I'm going to do a counterclock around. And the third one we're going to do is twist. I'm going to do that A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do the second one, counterclock around, followed by the twist, followed by the clockwise around. And then I'm going to do the counterclock around followed by the clockwise around. And Michelle, what I'm getting here is I'm getting all of the expression of the behaviors within the pendulum pattern. That's around clock, you make a throw out here. Around counter, we make a throw out there, right? I'm going to get those component behaviors and I'm going to get them at a real base level, right? And that would really help for Mojo, who is a whippet, to keep his shit together while he's trying to go around, right? Another thing that we can do, remind me, is the Inceptive Marking thing. I can demonstrate with some dogs here. So I'm going to take some ambient eye contact. I don't have much of that going on right now, do I? Ken, yes, good man. And we'll get started here. So I'm going to take Epi, stop. The eye contact, yes. I'll just present my cookie, yes. Yes, good man. You ready, Ken? We'll go this way. Yes, yes, a good man. Twist. Boom. Yes, good man. Great work. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Twist. Yes, good man. Mauka. Yes, good man. Makai. Yes, a good man. And then we'll do Mauka. Yes, yes, good man. Makai. Yes, yes, good man. Twist. Boom. Yes, awesome. Go do dog stuff. Whoa. Right? And I know that sounds like super silly. Looks super silly. I probably wasn't on any of the cameras but the one either. And you might not immediately see how that's relevant to what we had going on with the pendulum, but I assure you that it is. It's really, really base level, but it's going to be the thing that the dog knows. Right now, when you're playing Frisbee with Mojo, you send him around and you whip it upfield, right? In your video, you send him around and you threw 20 yards upfield. That throw has to go out left. If that throw goes out left, he runs around here, right? So I run around Epi. Epi's my handler. He sends me around, right? He sends me around. Can you stay here? He sends me around, right? And I come around and I leave like this, gone, right? If I leave here and slide out, wait. If I wind up out here, you're ruining it, Epi. You're ruining it. Antonis, will you come out here? I want to. So if I go around Antonis, right? Perfect. If I go around, actually step over there behind CupCake. So if I go around Antonis, right, and I leave out here and he doesn't throw, I look in, and I'm still moving, and he can drag me upfield, right? And that's what you want to do. You can do it with the throw, you can do it with your hand. That's what you want to do with Mojo, because every time he comes around right here, wham, right? The pendulum doesn't compute even, right? So you're cool. Go ahead. Go sit down, dude. Go get out of here. Get out of here, kid. Yeah, go do dog stuff. So what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to capture Ken. Yes. Makai, good man. Toss him out there. There's A. Yes, Mauka. B. Oh, you got hosed. Ken, such is life. Yes. Twist. Yes, good man, right? And I'll start with the twist. Twist. Yes, good man. Mauka. Yes, good man. Makai. Yes, good man. All right, and that's the second rep. Epi, stop. This time I'll do Mauka. Oh no, twist, right? Yeah, sorry. Come on, handsome. Twist. Yes. Mauka. Yes. Makai. Boom. Oh no. Go do dog stuff. I'm going to quit on that. I'll leave him hanging. I'm not going to get a recovery from that. And he'll be busy. Anyway, so Michelle, that will set the stage. And you can do that with little tiny tosses in the space, right? But you want to do it so you did the pendulum as like a goal. Oh, I gotta get the pendulum. It literally is that thing there. He walks up, you send him around clock, you throw over there. He walks up, you send him around counter, you throw over there. You gotta have that before he's running, right? And some of the disc games, the forms that we use set that up as well, right? They set it up so that, I'm gonna put everything in front of the heater down here, I'm afraid. But yeah, you want to do that at a real elemental level. And we can do it with the stance shifting form, super important with that, right? Looked like I was just doing shit out there. When I send him around, CupCake, yes. When I send her around, I step back. That's a stance shift. I step back, I step forward. Wait, right? I go around the other way, I step here. Yes, yes, right? CupCake, go do dog stuff if you're going to be dumb. Yes, yes, good girl. Wow, you're so awesome. You are, I know. Let's see. I was picking the dog up early, right? I was actually practicing here, picking the dog up 3 yards away. If CupCake would have been watching. Boom, I pick her up and then I send her while she's back there. CupCake, you're not very slick, dude. What's going on? You're getting schooled and hustled by Ken. She's afraid to, she doesn't pick anything up when he's out. I like to share. It's not my cookie, it's everybody's cookie. Frosting first. CupCake. Ken, yes. Whoa. And I can grab him right away. Yes, boom. I'm going to step back from out here, right? And give him that move. Dude. Come on. And step back from way out there and he takes it. Did you see that? From way out there, he takes it. And you want to get that stuff, this stuff here, like so you're comfortable and you're not trying to pull him around, blocking him, right? You want to get that stuff together and then do it at a real small level where it doesn't matter. Not on the pendulum behavior where you really want to get it because it's an important Frisbee skill for you and your dog. I think one of the coolest things about the Primal Games is that they're not important. They're kind of dumb. You know, they're kind of pointless when it comes to what it is, that you are doing. It's how you're doing it. And that is pretty important for dog training, and it gets lost in the shuffle a lot. How you do it, according to Whitehead, Alfred North Whitehead, the guy whose philosophy I'm kind of grifting off of here. If it doesn't go through process, it doesn't satisfy. If it does not satisfy process, nothing's gained. It just happened. If it goes through process, there's something left over. And I think that's really true with the dog training, right? If we pound on the behavior and get the cookie, or get the behavior and throw a cookie on it, that doesn't mean that the dog liked it. There are a lot of poison cues that have a lot of cookies on them, right? Anybody, you guys know what a poison cue is, right? You give the down cue and the dog's like, I don't know if I want to do it. That behavior for people actually always ended in a cookie. It didn't go through process. That's why the dog doesn't like it. And so that process, pretty important thing. Yeah. So, Any questions on that, Michelle? So within that, I used the Primal Game as far as I'm trying to look at our schedule here. I used the Primal Game, this, that, and the other, a little bit cleverly to create the pendulum where it didn't matter, where nobody cared. And then I was able to execute the pendulum without the pressure of having to get the skill that I need for my Frisbee stuff. We'll do some other things. This, that, and the other has quickly become my favorite game because you can kind of do anything with it and everything gets better. Like you do a couple, the little jumble we do by changing where the things are really asks the dog to pay attention closely, and the dog starts to catch the idea that they're actually following us. It's really nice. So, okay, let's get to the actual itinerary. We got to do, don't let me forget Inceptive Marking for Michelle's thing. We'll pick that up when we do some stuff. Michelle, don't let me forget that. So, team movement simplified through affordances. We'll delve into how the environment and our perception of it can automate handler and team movement, making everything more streamlined and efficient. So when we, where you're at right now, Michelle, and when we're new, right, we don't quite know how it works, and we don't, we think we know how it works, or we do our best to think we know how it works. And so we try to think our way through things. If you have dog training stuff, you're dragging around your dog training knowledge, something happens, we're playing Frisbee, it doesn't look right from a dog training standpoint, now you're second guessing yourself, right? You're second guessing yourself, oh shit, what do I do? Now you've lost any kind of sense of like mojo you had to run the game. Poof, you're in trouble, right? The analysis paralysis idea in Frisbee is endless. Was it too late? Was it too early? Was it in the right place? Where do I throw it? Where do I put my feet? All of that stuff. There's no answer to them without the dog being there, right? And the main thing that I want to talk about with team movement is that it's the dog. The dog, as far as how I move and how our team moves, defines everything. And when we go about trying to figure out how to move, how to put myself in position, things like that, we don't have the dog in there. Right? I asked Georgios when he was doing his rebound, like, where's the dog on his rebound? And he was like, I don't fucking know. And he's doing a rebound, or what was he doing right after it? A back vault right after it. So he's doing rebound to back vault, and he's trying to do them in flow, and he wants me to tell him where to put his feet. And I ask him, well, where's the dog? And he says, I don't know. And that's literally putting the vault before the dog, right? The cart before the horse, right? So affordances, the dog's landing is what we have to accommodate. The very first thing that dictates whether a platform is vaultable or not is where the dog is. Does that make sense? Where's the dog? Right? Can I vault from this position? Where's the dog? Is it a vaultable line? I find that as soon as I asked Georgios that question, he almost got in line. He went from me to the camera, being in line, and he was way over where Antonis was, and even further. And that's where he thought he should be. And then I was like, well, does that line afford a vault? And he got to about right here. And right away, without any question as to where to move or whatever. He just looked at where the dog landed. We kind of threw 3 Frisbees down. I'll show you here in a sec. Where the dog landed. And he lined up and he was all happy. And I was like, well, dude, look at the line. And he goes, oh, right? And then he lines up, he does his throw, he does his move, and he lines up in line, right? And it wasn't him having to do the movement. It wasn't me having to tell him he did it wrong. There was no right way to do it. There was only moving to a place that afforded that vault. And that was freaking huge, man. It takes off all the pressure. And the thing is, as soon as you set it up that way, like, he knew where to go. He didn't need to ask me where to go. It essentially told him, when you look at something as an affordance, it kind of tells you what to do. You know, was that throw too high or too low? I don't know. Was it leapable? Yeah. Okay, well, it probably wasn't too low, right? Where do I put it is not the question you want to ask, or the problem you're trying to solve. It's, is that a leapable throw, right? And as soon as you start saying it like that, you make the throw and the dog, you know, jumps like this high off the ground and has to kind of duck their head to make the catch, right? And you ask yourself, was that a leapable throw? It's a very simple answer. Well, obviously not. It was too low. So make it leapable. And now you're actually going towards the thing that is a solution. When you say throw it higher, how much higher? Right? How much higher? At what time? At what place? Etc. As soon as we say make a leapable catch, then the agent, the person, puts all of their sports knowledge, dance knowledge, driving knowledge, like driving a vehicle, like things gonna collide and shit like that. Like, we're pretty good at that. Humans are pretty good at that. As soon as we give you an affordance, you make that, you put together that plan, and the affordance tells you what to do. Super, super cool. So we're gonna do a little bit of that here. If anyone has any questions, yeah, I'll hit on that in a second. If anyone has any questions on that, hit me up. I'll be happy to talk about it. It's weird. Affordances are relational. They're things in the environment that call to us for action, right? I kind of have to talk about action capacity too. You have to have the capacity to take advantage of that affordance. A basketball rim affords Michael Jordan a dunk. It invites him to dunk. I don't get the invitation to dunk anymore. Antonis probably doesn't get the invitation to dunk these days. He played pretty high-level basketball in Greece, right? That action capacity is gone. We don't get that invitation anymore, right? Affordances are dictated by action capacity. And there are things in the environment that call to us. In here, the stool affords a nice high place to sit where Epi won't kill anything, right? The ball presents a nice, difficult challenge for CupCake to sit on that keeps her mentally stimulated and physically locked down. King has that blue pedestal behind me, and that affords him a nice, comfy place, right? Ken is a puppy, and he's got the little mat down there that affords him easy on and off access. I probably could do a little bit more, but whatever, I don't care. You get the idea. The discs around here afford catching. The toys we present afford biting, right? How we present a toy. If I right? It's not, that doesn't afford a bite, right? And he'll do it, right? That one affords a bite, mine. So suicide rabbits, bite it? Suicide rabbits do not afford a a quality bite. They do not afford engageability or desirability, right? They don't afford prey drive. There's no affordance for prey drive in them. When I present, if I want the dog to bite things really aggressively and I present it like that, get it? Oh my gosh, it's amazing. If I do something like that and I get it, I want the dog to hit it, right? This presentation does not afford liveliness, right? Boom, this presentation does. Taking it away is liveliness. All of a sudden, all of these tactics and strategies just pop up to me, right? Because I'm not trying to figure out how to put it out there. I'm actually trying to do the thing that put it out there does to the dog, right? It's like preyable, right? It's preyable. And all of a sudden he wants to engage with it. And affordances allow us to do that. If I do this with a puppy who can't see, his action capacity for sight will not allow it. With like speed, height, visual acuity, power, maybe leaping, I don't know, maybe a couple of other physical capabilities. Then we have like mental abilities. I believe that the primal elements of Play Plus, attention, duration, dismissal, pressure, position, threshold, trigger, target. I'm going to get all these. Trigger, target, what is it, duration? Mm-hmm. Yep. And then bite, drop, give. Bite, drop, give, right? So those primal elements, those are essentially our mental action capacities, right? Does my dog have the capacity for attention to stay engaged for 2 minutes? Yes. King, yes. CupCake, yes. Ken, no. Shouldn't even try it. Not even going to happen. Never going to happen, right? So any requirement to do 2 minutes, never going to happen, right? Ken does not afford me, or Ken does not have the action capacity to vault. He does, but he doesn't have the action capacity to recover from injury. So he doesn't vault, right? Action capacities, he doesn't see very well. He doesn't have a strong kinetic chain. He doesn't know how his legs move yet, right? He caught a 25-yarder, 2 of them yesterday. Fucking savage, man. He caught 2 of them. They were really awesome. They were super floaty into the wind fastback throws. And the only reason that he was able to catch them was because the fastback into the wind afforded him tons and tons of time to chase, like tons of time. Took like 6 seconds for the disc to fall down. He was like, oh my God, and he's running, right? But action capacity limits affordances. Affordances appear for us, right? What I see as an affordance with a dog, Michelle, you're not gonna see, right? I'm gonna see things that afford me an opportunity to do something that you're not gonna see, right? And everyone is gonna have that. But a professional who's on top of their game is gonna see things that a new player or a non-professional is not gonna see. And that's because of the action capacity and the skill. So action capacities are not skill. Skill is the processing of information and the output of action based upon it, right? And action capacities are more raw than that. They're not information-based. It might be the ability to process information, but it's not the processing of information to act, right? That would be a skill. There are skills that use attention or use a 36-inch vertical leap. But a 36-inch vertical leap is not a skill. Apply it towards something, now it becomes a skill. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to throw down, I have to think about this. I have to throw down some markers and demonstrate the dog thing here. So let's do I have one of these available? Let's do Primal Elements. Epi, stop, dude. Just stop with the whining. We'll do the next cycle. We'll just leave that up nice. And we'll throw on some music. Boom. All right, so here we go. Let me see. So I want to talk about how the dog is the affordance. Right now, Ken is lying down right there, right? His line as he's laying affords an over. It affords an approach. It does not afford a throw. For me to make a throw that afforded catching for Ken, I would have to do this, or I would have to do this. And I can't decide whether or not I should do one or the other until I have him, Ken. He just jumped, CupCake, coming towards me, right? I can't make that decision until then. So Ken, come on up here, chill. So while he's there, right, his line affords probably a counterclock pass right now, more so than a clockwise pass, right? I could switch here, and if I were in this position, this pass is probably more affordable, right? It's probably much easier for us to do. So whether or not I should front cross and throw, or front cross and throw, or hold position, step and throw, right, is based upon where the dog is and where I am. So how do I tell you where to be? Right? We want to be in a line that makes the throw together. Right? Whether it's this way or this way. Right? So at this point in time, you know, when you ask me where to throw, I'm going to ask, where's your dog at? Right? Where's your dog? And then when you tell me where your dog is, do you want to throw clockwise? Turn here and throw to the dog. I'm now throwing to Epi. Right? If Epi's running that way, right, and I throw this way because that's what my routine says, that's pretty fucking dumb. You know what I mean? Like, and you'll go about working it and you'll do that. I see people do it all the time, right? And they do it because the dog is not, the trick is the thing we're doing. And the thing that I want to talk about here with team movement, the dog is what we're doing. You know what I mean? Us in particular, by the way, even teams that are Frisbee teams that are just throwing out there and having the dog come back. All of them who are good are doing the dog when the dog comes in. All of them that are not good are getting done by the dog, right? So we're always doing the dog. But when we train, when we practice, when we think about it, we think about the trick, right? So when asked where to throw to Ken, you know, what direction is he facing, right? And how am I going to deal with that? And I think what I'm going to do, wow, that's so cute, Ken. You are very good. I'm going to put Ken away. That's going to go well. And then I'll get CupCake out. And actually, I'll probably do Epi and then put Epi away so we can bring Megan. I'll do Epi, and we'll look at how he lands, and we'll talk about what that landing affords me. And then we'll run a couple of other dogs through it. Sound good? Any questions, let me know. Ken, good work. Good work. Ken, in and in. Good job. Easy, CupCake, hang on. You chill. No, dude. Dude. Off. King, off. Good work. Chill. King. Good work. Good, thank you, Antonis. So what do you think you're doing, little CupCake, huh? I don't know why you think, she's like, I totally got away with it. I totally got away with it. I'm gonna play. You're not, CupCake. You're not. CupCake, up, up. Chill. Chill. Whoa, dude. Excuse me. Chill. Up, off. Good work. So, here we go. We got the camera on. Wait, chill. Zip. King, up, up. King, up, up. Chill. So, King, dude, what is his deal? King, up, up, chill. So when Epi lands, right? He lands right there. Boom, pow, facing this way. So if I notice that, let's check it. Right there, right? Almost 90 degrees. So when he lands, I want to put myself, good quiet, Ken. I want to put myself, right? I want to put myself in his line in a position that affords me control. So I, yes, put myself here and I'm afforded control, right? And that's how that works. If I do through and flip, yes, good, he lands right there. So what I need to do on the through and flip when I'm done is put myself in a place that affords control. Through and flip, boom, catch, yes, right? And it is literally that simple. If you ask me where to move on something, I can't tell until you've done it. Aus, Jakey twist. Good. Yes, right? And then he rolls out. I could jump out and grab him, or I could step in here and grab him. Which one should I do? Jump out? You want me to jump out and grab him? Wait. Jakey twist. Boom, right? Hang on. Wait. Aus, Jakey twist. Boom, right there, right? Catch. Or, aus, Ken, zip, aus. Or I could step this way afterward, Jakey twist. Oh, come on, Epi. My bad. Wait, aus. Yes, wait. Jakey twist. You gotta wait, dude. Boom, and I could step here. Right, and just pull him right through. And either one of those affords me control and smoothness, and like it looks better than me standing there waiting for him to come in, right? Or me trying to move to some place where I think he might be or he was one time, right? We need to use mine the dog's position, mine, to get what we want. So let's take a vault, right? So Ken, that'll do, mine. What is a vault, right? What does a dog have to do? Go ahead, Antonis, here. What is a vault and what does the dog have to do? Ken, zip.
Vault is like a linear vault to a target.
Yeah, linear vault, yeah.
So
So,
the dog vaults off the platform, essentially, whatever the handler presents as a platform,
Ken,
and targets the disc is the target.
sure. So what does the dog have to do on the way to the platform?
Make all sort of calculations in terms of
Zip.
distance,
The dog has to collect, the dog has to collect,
Yeah.
right? The dog has to collect twice, right? So the dog has to collect 2 times. The dog, what does the dog, I'm 6 foot tall, wait. Does this position afford a linear vault? Epi, wait. And he's not even gonna stay there because I'm too fucking close, right? And the answer is he can't, right? He could jump up and maybe crawl up there over top of the cliff like that. Hang on, back up, chill. Now this position would probably afford a very small person the vault. He could take a little tiny collection step and jump up. I'm tall, he's little. Wait, back up, wait. Now we're talking to a distance that affords a vault. And what is necessary in a vault? Step forward for a little bit of movement, collect space to get up there, right? So when you're setting the vault, the distance that you set is completely dependent upon you, the dog, the proper distance, right? And if you rely on some expert to give you the proper distance, right, you don't get those skills required to know what that is. It would be way better for you to have this idea of, okay, I need the dog to take a step to get their shit together, have room to get up there. Does this position afford that or not? Right? And then you could watch it on video and know whether you're too close or too far away. And then all of a sudden you're like, what is too far away? And then you do one or you see one and now you know what too far away is. And now you start to make good decisions, but you can't tell anyone how you do them, right? You can't tell anyone, you can just say it's right there, that's where the distance is. And affordances are slippery like that. Let me see, what else do we got? Affordances and team movement. I move to where the dog is. Everything is based upon the dog, right? If I want to go fancy, through, that's not very fancy, right? Because through, the finish of the through, rut, does not afford the rut. So why don't I make the finish of the through afford the rut? Fancy, rut. Now all of a sudden that shit looks fancy, right? And all I did was read my dog. Ken, that'll do. Dude, mine. All I did was read my dog and Epi, up up. Dude. All I did was read my dog and present something that afforded what I wanted. And that is so much better than looking for an answer or a position or a timing. Timing is the fucking, anybody who's talking about timing all the time shouldn't, it's not, you're never gonna be right. You can't be right. And it's you're on the hook for your dog's safety and livelihood and all that shit, right? And you can't be right. Friggin' rotten. All right, so who do we got? Let's do that Linda video. We'll throw on that Linda video and we'll get Epi out of here. We'll bring Meg in, and then we'll run dogs. We'll get rid of our little resident tyrant here, the co-host, and let's see. Where are we going? Linda. This video comes from this weekend. Yeah, this will give us enough time. I hope it's not. Well, Linda kicked ass, so who cares, right? Oh, shoot.
Dog does.
Oh, let's do this one. This one's pretty good, I think. Gosh darn it. Here we go. All right, we'll be back with...
Let's start over. We're gonna go flip. Counter, twist,
Got 2 minutes.
twist, through, twist, good, flip. Mark with the next one. So we have flip. Where's the marker? So, listen, what we're trying to do with this marker, you can't see what's happening if you can't mark it. Mark with the next trick. What are the 3 tricks? What's Georgios' trick? Say it. No. Through, counter. Through, I'm sorry, flip, through, counter, twist.
Good luck with
Through.
the
Yep,
Space
yeah.
Cadet on the sideline.
Twist. Good.
So this dog had issues
Twist.
with being patient
Good.
and
And now, hang on.
bitey.
We're starting out with twist. Hang on.
and
don't
all
do
kinds of
anything.
stuff.
We're going
Linda's a good
twist,
handler.
Flip. Through. What the fuck was that? Boom. Good. Awesome.
All right, there we go. So that was Linda and Gator. That was really cool. Right after that, I gave her a bunch of shit for that position up here. If you have to articulate your arm in some position to throw a flip, you have a problem with the trigger. And this thing that you're doing up here is a big Band-Aid, and you shouldn't do it. You should have a nice proper trigger. We cleaned up the trigger with the dog, and now Linda didn't have to do this thing up here, this weird expression of whatever she was doing there. But yeah, that was Linda and Gator from last week. We had a bunch of Play Plus stuff going on, and it friggin' kicked ass. Videos soon to come. Not nearly enough video, though. I'm not a fan of video in general. I find we rely on it too much. You know what I mean? And then we're all gathered around a screen. Zip zip. We're all gathered around a screen and stuff instead of doing the thing that we're here to do, And doing that thing that we're here to do happens in the actual world. All right, time to get more cookies, guys. Hey, that'll do. Ken, let's see. Hey, oh gosh, dude. I thought that was Epi. It's like, holy shit, I am in trouble. Yeah, and that part would have went all right. It would have been when I turned around and recognized it, right? Wow. All right, so. Don't, Meg, don't. Yeah, you're gonna have to handle her. She's got super bad ghetto nails. There's a huge hole. All right, so let's see. The dog is never where you want him to be, Michelle. Right? The dog is never where you want him to be. That's why everything that we do, affordances, are, don't run away. They're pre-ontological. That means that they're before we can ascribe meaning to them. They happen before we can prehend them and get them under mental control or mental discrimination. Can't unring that bell kind of thing. When we rely on the read of the dog, right, and then we act based upon our relationship to the dog in position, time, this part of the trick, etc., right? Then all of a sudden, if the dog is slightly out of position, we know it. We probably have had to deal with it before. We deal with it in the manner that is necessary to afford the trick going forward. Rather than, oh shit, am I doing this right? Oh shit, he's standing where I step, right? Oh shit, he's standing where I step, right? That's not how it works. You're stepping where he stands, right? And if you were stepping where he stands and he were standing somewhere else, you would step where he stands, right? It becomes like very, very easy. I was just completely floored. Him and Amber both with the corrections. So we also had a situation with Amber in class. Amber, if you're here, shout out, where she's working with her puppy and she has had a dude who beat her up, a dog who beat her up with toys, like really pushy and aggressive. And so she's got some luring problems and some cookie delivery problems, kind of PTSD almost as a result. She was offering the lure and she was presenting the lure and she presented it, right? And as she got it around here, she made it disappear and the dog froze. The moment the lure disappeared, the dog stopped. And I would probably, before the affordance thing, I would tell her, do it like this, blah, blah, blah. And what I said instead was, hey, when you come, I think it was on the through, when you come out of the through and you pull, right? When you're pulling, you're tearing that away and the dog is stopping. That is not lureable. That lure is not chaseable, right, for him. So instead of doing what you're doing, when he comes through, make sure that the lure is chaseable. And she nailed it the first time. And she didn't, when you poke someone on something that they've dealt with, so she's dealt with that luring problem with me for a while, and I know it's PTSD from her dog, and I say that, but it's not really a joke. You know, if you've had a dog that's super hard to handle in some everyday pedestrian fashion, you know what I mean. Like, it sucks to have to handle this dog like that, right? And normally when we would get into that, she would feel defensive because it really hit a nerve and it's a real thing, and she would want to explain how that went down. And when I hit her with this affordance thing, she didn't at all, dude. She fucking made the correction and she was like, oh, wow. Yeah, I can totally see how that lure that I was doing wasn't lureable or wasn't chaseable. And it was super duper cool. And then the Georgios one, where he was standing and we did the vault, I'll show you a good way for you to work this while the dogs are out being naughty. Here they come. I'm not gonna get come in and tear the discs off the ground. So what you do is you throw down, oops. We can do that.
Do not.
Become a patron. I need it. I need it. So Epi was landing right here. I started here, right? 3 discs. You can get your dog there. Ken, go do dog stuff. Get away, Ken, go. So I make the flip and my dog lands there, right? I identified it, you saw it on film, right? You make the throw, you watch where your dog lands, that's where the dog lands. All right, so throw your discs down, fake a throw, and put yourself there, right? Fake the throw, put yourself there, and then try it with your dog. And this little 3-disc thing here, right? However the dog lands, I can throw those 3 discs down. Funny. I can throw those 3 discs down and I can have the dog's line. And then if I need to figure out what I need to do or how I need to move or where I need to be, right? I relate to that line. One more thing on this. When we move there, we don't just want to move there, we want to move to the next thing that we're doing as best we can, right? So when you identify that place, like if you're doing sequence work, you're going to want to step to the trigger, right? So let's say, go do dog stuff. Excuse me, leave it. So let's say I'm going flip, say I'm going flip to back vault, right? Ken is doing a fine job, right? So I make the flip toss, my dog lands about where Ken is, I pivot, boom, right? So I want to make this pivot, not to like in here somewhere wait, and then adjust myself. I want to go like right to kind of where I start with the dog foundationally. So let's say I'm doing top right here. I want to get to right here with that movement. I don't want to just get to the spot and then move. I want to jump to this spot. So I would make the flip toss here, right? And I would pivot, hold, right? And now I got the dog top. Or boom, pivot, top as the dog is landing, right? So you want to move not only in relation to the dog, but and to a place that affords your next trick, but you want to move into the trigger position so you don't afford ass hattery while you're moving around the weight. Right? When you get into somewhat position, you're like, okay, here we go, and then you have to turn and fucking get ready. Always that goes to shit. So there we go. There's that stuff. Let's see. I didn't get into action, capacity, and skill as much. I want to do that though, so let's do that real quick. So we have this flow star. We're using flow theory in Play Plus as well. It's a positive psychology theory by Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, I think is how you say it. Pretty crazy name, but It's a pretty cool theory. Has a lot of interest in the athletic world, right? We have a lot of experience with what flow theory says. In the state of flow, when challenge meets skill, high challenge, high skill, agents, athletes, critters lose track of time. We experience euphoria. There's all kinds of awesome things that happen that are kind of unexplainable. But I think if you've played Frisbee with your dog and it's went well, I think you've had a moment or three of flow. And most people have had flow in daily life as well. But it's when challenge and skill are appropriately matched and we're up to the task, right? So this in proper flow theory is challenge. This is skill. Skill is mental, right? It's what are we doing? Or I'm sorry, how are we doing it? Do it thusly. What exactly are we doing? The challenge, the physical, is can you do it? What are we doing? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it, right? And so the physical is going to be the physical pole within our process philosophy. The moment things happen, boom, classical condition hits, right? Physical pole, wham. And then we have the mental pole down here that is going to try to process and do something with that prehension of actual reality, right? And classical, operant, right? So if we go classical, right? Bell food, bell food, bell food, bell food, or bell bite, bell bite, bell tug, bell tug, bell tug. We're going to wind up in arousal and anxiety rather quickly, right, when we hear the bell. And there's going to be nothing to tug. Something's fucking getting bit, dude. Something's getting bit. If you do that, then you tug. Now we're putting in some stops. We're putting in some thought. We're putting in some checks. Hey guys, easy, easy, easy. And we're slowing things down. If we rep the physical pull, simply do a repetitive physical challenge, right? We wind up taking things up, and usually in this direction, because you can't have a lot of thinking when we're flying around doing shit, right? So if we rep the physical pull, boom, pow, boom, pow, boom, pow, we go this way towards arousal and anxiety, more drive. If we slow things down and work the mental pull, we drop down. And we reduce intensity or action. Might not reduce the intensity, but it reduces this stuff we notice as arousal and anxiety. So we have essentially a throttle here, right? How we work can take the dog up in terms of drive. How we work can take the dog down in terms of drive. And I know it sounds fucking elemental, but we're terrified of doing it. We're absolutely terrified of doing it because we're not allowed to talk about the dog's feelings or the dog's emotional state within behaviorism, right? And so what we would have to do is we would have to do some other classical conditioning exercise, some protocol or something. You know, it would be real obtrusive to try and solve that problem. And in reality, it's just a simple methodological change, just a tiny little change. So action capacity would be the physical. We're getting back to this. Here, let me do, boom.
Come on,
Whoa,
you got
go
it.
Georgios. Georgios. So here we have action capacity versus skill, right? And it's physical, mental. Hint, we'll start with the physical aspects, then move to the mental, just like everything else. Physical aspects of action capacities: speed, power, bite, like bite strength, leaping ability, visual acuity. I'm looking for my picture-in-picture here. Visual acuity, anything that's a physical attribute that allows the dog to either do something or see something, right? Here's a good one. So action capacities dictate what affordances are available to us. Affordances, if I'm super fast, things are catchable for me that are not catchable for you. If I'm super slow, many things that normal people can catch are uncatchable for me, right? So I threw a big distance throw to loot back in, it was in Delaware. And we had really bad winds. And they were coming from like 9 o'clock. It was terrible wind conditions. And I decided I was gonna throw a big hyzer shot. Like, I threw it, well, at the announcer's tent. So I threw from the throwing line like 35 yards, 30 yards, right over the tent, man. And I threw it up there and the wind took it like I planned, and it got out there, and it got out at about 65 yards, right? And it was about 30 feet up in the air, and it was just going. It wound up 120, 125 yard throw. But Loot, when he was on it, and he was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then it just took off like 50 miles an hour, like 75, 80, 90 kilometers per hour, like just gone. And he pulled up immediately as if it disappeared, right? His action capacity no longer saw the ability to catch that at all. Like, it ran away from him and he was like, whoa, dude. You know, like it wasn't even worth chasing to go pick up, right? Which is unheard of for that. But it's a good illustration. So the action capacity is anything physical that allows us to do something. And it is the thing that dictates whether something is catchable or uncatchable, right? Slow dogs have a different scale and they don't get as far as fast dogs. But it's not just that. I'm trying to figure out how to talk about the disc coming down. Because you throw it short, you think throwing it short is the answer for the slow dog. But if you throw it short, you're limiting the time the dog has to catch it. So the slow dog gets fucked, right? Because it's coming down and falling quickly. So you have to like make this, it's not a distance thing or a type of throw thing. It's literally how it relates to the dog, right? And so action capacity is going to dictate a lot there. Skill is the mental, right? So skill down here, we have how does this thing work? I take in the information and then I formulate a plan and do it, right? I execute the plan with information. Just biting, probably not a skill, right? Biting with collection, probably a skill. So that thing that Georgios and I have been talking about, don't just drive your bites down, right? By just driving your bites down, you get that, you're getting action capacity. There's no skill in that, right? The skill happens with the holding back for the bite, the weight and the collection and the patience, and that's the skill of biting. What we keep offering is just a stroke of the physical pull with the dog flying out and doing it. You follow? So that's action capacity rather than skill. As soon as we do boom pow or have eye contact beforehand or give the bite cue, go through process with a little wait before the trigger, now all of a sudden we've got skill. So action mechanic or action capacities are not skill, super important. All right, you want to do something with Meg?
Sure.
All right, let's do something with Meg. So we got Primal Games with Meg. I don't know what you want to do. Here you go, have the mic. I'll wrangle Ken here. As soon as she gets off, I'll put Ken. What, CupCake? You guys turn it up? Yes, Ken.
So we did. Yeah, I want to do some of the
You
target.
bite work or whatever.
Yeah. I want to do some bite work. Maybe we can do this, that, and the other again, like yesterday with something else, and then try some of that
You know what
targeting.
you need to do? Where's the trigger with targeting? And so do I with CupCake.
Okay.
And both of us, I think you need to do maybe speed, pace, intensity, commitment, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And I need to do clarity of the touch, right? And probably a little bit of speed, but I'm gonna go for clarity of the touch rather than speed.
Okay.
So, all right. So whenever you're ready, however you want to do it, he's gonna probably play Where's the Handler first.
So do I do it with the pedestal like yesterday, or just targeting? And do Where's the trigger?
Just do Where's the Trigger with targeting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We can totally work the pedestal, but let's get that hot, because I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to have a much better performance as a result. So we were doing targeting on and off the pedestal, and it's kind of a difficult skill. And we didn't have a tremendous amount of success. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't that great. We both had some issues with, I had issues with the commitment to the actual nose target, the nose hitting real well. And I think Antonis could use some sharpening up of her wanting to hit it.
I do, especially not with this, with the other dogs. She's really bad about going all the way.
Yeah, and we want to. So you'll do something like I'm going to try and do with CupCake, and here he's going to try and get her to. We're going to load up Expectancy and try and get her to fire harder, to be a little more confident. Yes and no. Yes and no. You're right. You're right, but that's not true, because we know where we're going. Let me see that. Yes and no. I think the human skill has to be up to the action capacity, right? Because we don't need the action capacity to keep up. We do, don't get me wrong, right? You have to be able to see the pass, and you have to be able to read the thing, and you have to be fast enough to, pick up discs and whatnot. But planning and execution of skill affords us the opportunity to be faster than our dog. We're not playing defense, truly, Michelle. If we were playing defense, you would totally be right. You know what I mean? You would totally be right that the action capacity has to match it. And I'll tell you what, the action capacity has to match it if you try to make your dog do shit, right? Or you try to beat your dog to the punch and things like that, then your action capacity really does need to be close to it. But if you're playing with the dog, exercising your ability to predict the future because you're doing it, and because you know what's going to happen, and you got great prefrontal cortex that does shit like that they don't. If we have the skill, we easily stay in front of them. So skill or action capacity, I would take skill over action capacity. I would much rather have an excess of skill than an excess of action capacity, right? And a boatload of skill goes a lot further than a boatload of action capacity. You still have to have that stuff to put it together. So super thoughtful comment, and I agree, but I don't want you to write it off like I don't break dance, therefore I can't play frisbee. That's not the kind of thing. You know, I don't do big giant spinning air bounces and jump around the field, right? That isn't the point, you know, and it's easy to get caught up in that kind of idea. So, all right, so we're gonna do Meg, and when we're working, right, we're gonna use, what are we gonna use? We're gonna use where's the trigger.
Okay, where's the handler to start?
And where's the handler, which will be ambient attention, chilling out. Yes, and that activates the handler. Handler will engage with the dog as a game. We'll do where's the trigger. What else you want to do?
With the, and I can do some this weight
This,
next
that, and the other?
with the
Let's do
pedestal.
this, that. No, let's do this, that,
Okay.
and the other. Yeah, let's forego the initiative. She's pretty good with that. She tends to struggle with linking things, staying on track.
Okay.
Right? Try to inceptively mark things. Right? We use cookies, so get a bunch of the criteria or the behavior facts, the micro
Cookies or do some whiteboard with this idea. Trying to get. He'll take me. Yes. What? Oh my God. Yes. What? Meg. Let's do it, Meg. Touch. What? Touch. No. Too exciting. This is too exciting. Wait. Touch. A little bit too exciting.
That would be, I think that's care.
Okay.
And think that's care, the base affect care.
With the seeking.
The seeking hits care and she can't play,
Yeah.
right? And she needs that, and she'll do that because that's going to get your attention
Yeah.
for care, right? And so take her attention, mark yes, call her out, give her do where's the trigger with a through first. Get some cookies on her first. We'll avoid that skill to start. So
Okay.
let's take the eye contact. Here it is.
Yes. Oh my.
Yeah.
It's ready. Through. Yes. Through. Yes. Good girl. Through.
Yes.
Yes.
A little bit longer. Make sure you drag that out a little bit longer.
Through. Yes. Good girl. Through. Yes. Good. Through. Yes. Good girl.
So have her do
Wow.
dog stuff.
Okay. Go do dog stuff.
So what Antonis did there was he repped the physical pull. Okay? He just boom, 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 boom. And that's great. We're supposed to be on where it's the guy, dude. What guy blew that? Right?
Cut the chair.
I don't know who blew that. So he repped the physical pull. I think you probably should have added another skill, switched the skill, engage the mental pull some. To engage the mental pull, pause, wait for eye contact, put your syncopation on the dog's eye contact, draw everything down slow, make it about what exactly are we doing here, when exactly are we doing it, those kinds of things, right? But by repping the physical pull, pretty interesting, might be a super useful tactic for the situation, right? Would not be the one I would pick either,
Right.
Because I think she's overwhelmed at the physical pull. But maybe it isn't that. Maybe it's so she's overwhelmed at the mental pull, right? That she can't process the fact that she wants to play and feels uncomfortable because the dogs are they're picking on me. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable. That she can't put those two things together. Right? So we'll see. And reinforcement, guys. Reinforcement, we don't know until later. And I'm not saying that we're getting what we reinforced. I'm not saying it's like that. I'm not saying it's... potentially we are, right? Potentially we are. We're certainly getting something from that. But it isn't really like that. I don't want anyone to think that. But we will know when you mix it up a little bit if it's different. So let's do the hand target now.
Should I do something like more like through weight, like this weight next?
I want to get a where's the trigger on the hand target, but I don't. So that was not a game.
Yeah.
Right, when you did that, that wasn't a game. Right, and I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Hopefully you can.
Oh, yeah.
Can't see. Yeah, probably. Well, you should probably just come over so we can talk. But that wasn't much of a game. That was you repping it out, right? And it was cool because I was going to tell you to do something, and then I was like, just rep it out, right? But it wasn't fun. It wasn't playful. It was do the thing, do the thing, do the thing. And that's one of the things that we want to avoid with Primal Games for the most part, unless we're repping the physical pull, like kind of purposefully doing that so that we can bring the dog up or do something with how they interpret the activity, right? Rather than try to get them engaged, right? That engagement, I think, is a mental thing, right? I think she's struggling to keep track of things mentally, and we want to use these games to bolster that. And we want to use the physical pull work that you did to set the stage so that she's excited enough to push through that. She's a bit of a quitter. She's kind of a street kid, right? And so she works really hard and she's super sharp, and then sometimes push comes to shove and she's like, I doesn't really want it anyway, right? And she does want it, right? But she kind of skates by and gets out of it a lot of times. So go ahead and just, let's not play where's the handler this time. Let's just go out and you can, actually, let's play where's the handler and try and get the game. Offer a hand target, offer a couple things, string a couple little behavior chains together. Try and make it playful, utilizing where's the trigger. Right? Cool?
Okay.
All right, let's do
Cool.
it.
Yes. All right. Let's do it, Meg. Let's do it. Stay here. You ready? Twist. Boom. Yes. Good girl. Spin. Boom. Yes. Good girl. Touch. Boom. Yes. Take that.
So pay from your hand.
Touch. Boom. Yes. There you go. Good. Touch. Boom. Yes.
Take it and get out.
Ready? Touch. Boom. What? Touch. Boom. Yes. Wow.
Take it and get out. Let her go to dog stuff.
Wow. Good girl. Wow. Go do dog stuff, Meg.
And
Whoa.
take that and get out, right? You
Yeah.
notice that it wasn't exactly clear. Take it, get
Yeah.
out. We'll do another one later. We'll ease her into it. Something is up with that. I don't know what's up with that cue, but that one is loaded with something.
Yeah.
And so recognizing that, we can draw her down with the other work, right? Do that, offer the hand target. She'll do it in matter of fact as she was doing the other work. We move on. And then the hand target starts to become matter of fact. As soon as you rep it, she starts to get,
Yeah.
right? And then the more we rep it and try and calm it down, the more excited and crazy it gets. And what we want to do instead, you can hold it. What we want to do instead of repping it out is we want to draw that into the other loose work that we have, right? That loose, slow, not slow engagement, but easy engagement, right? So, let me see. Ken, what? So I'm going to work a scoop with Ken, right? He doesn't have a scoop. Kind of does. But I'm going to work it and I'm going to put it amongst some other things. Yes, good man. Fruit. Yes,
Mike.
good man. Fruit. Yes, I gave that cue when he wasn't looking. That's totally cool. Okay. Scoop. Good work. Wow, that's great. Right? And so I'm working the scoop right now. Right? Fruit. Yes. Good man. Scoop. Yes. Good man. Okay? Yes. Good man. Do. Get that. Whoa. I can go get back from this side. You could do it from this way too, right? Yeah, so you do it from that way. Through. Boom. What? Through. Yes. Good man. Through. Yes. Scoop. Right, you see it happening? Right, all of a sudden he's starting to see that touch. Yes, good man. Touch. Yes, good man. And through. Yes. Right? Those sharp triggers are the same as scoop. Boom. Oh, yes. Ha ha. Right? Awesome. Go do dog stuff. Whoa, Ken. Okay, so apparently he does have a scoop. Apparently he does have a scoop. Oh no, my mic wasn't on the whole time. Oh shit. You guys didn't hear any of that, did you? Yep, we're all guilty. We're all guilty, Michelle. All guilty. I'm bummed that I didn't have the mic on. So what I did out there, I put the, I'll go ahead and do it real quick again. Can you grab Meg? King, dude. Ken. Dude, go. So I took, where is the trigger? Through. Boom. Yes, good man. Wait. Through. Boom. Yes, good man. Touch. Boom. Yes, good man. And I put it on scoot. Boom. Pow. And he rolled right through with the whole thing. When I was working it, I worked the through. I worked and around. I worked and around. I worked a counterclock through, right? I worked the scoot. I worked get back, boom. I worked get back. Yes, good man, right? All I was working was the scoot. And I did all of those because I wanted to keep him fresh and I wanted him to think that this kicked ass, right? And now like scoot, boom, pow, yes. He thinks it's super cool. Oh, you missed, good. Scoot, boom, pow, good. Watch this. He'll do it on the run. Ken, scoot, boom, pow, yes. I'm a machine. I call that a scoodle-dookin. Scoodle-dookin. Super awesome. So I kind of weaponized that where's the trigger there, right? And he was expectant. He dug that whole session, man. That shit was kick-ass. He was into it. And I wish you would have heard me talking out there because I don't remember how to. You can't rewrite the thing once you lose your work, right? Anyway, there we go. Inceptive Marking. I want to talk about this, Michelle. It's kind of important, I think for you in your toss and fetch concept, or your the way that you kind of envision toss and fetch. And I'm gonna walk through it. We'll do can I have a couple discs? There you go. I'll take all of them. All right. So standing there, I send the dog around. Mackay. Boom. I make the throw. 40 yards. Dog catches it. Yes! Good job! Hustle! Yeah, good man. Mine, right? What does the dog know about any of that? Takes about 15 seconds. What does the dog know? The catch. Did the dog need to be told that the catch was cool? Really? Right? That was the only thing the dog didn't need to be told. That's the only thing that's currently driving the game. That's the only proposition in effect. If you don't have other things going for you. Does that make sense? Particularly for the handler, right? If the only thing you have is did the dog catch it at 40 yards, yes or no, that's what toss and fetch is, you're fucked. You know, good luck trying to finagle that. Good luck trying to motivate when you don't get there. Like it's hard. What did the dog do that was correct? Right? Mackay. The dog gave eye contact. Yes, Mackay. Yes, the dog took the trigger. Yes, the dog went halfway. Yes, the dog looked in. Yes, the dog saw the disco. Yes, the dog collected. Yes, the dog caught. Yes, the dog looked in. Yes, the dog double timed it somewhere along the way, picked up the pace. Yes, the dog arrived. Mine. Yes, awesome. The dog is done. Now we're done. What does the dog know was correct? Whatever I marked, right? Because that shit normally happens transparently and it's not really part of the goal, right? Unless we make it part of the goal. You give eye contact. Yes, Makai, go, boom. All that shit happens. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mine. All that shit happens, and I get to draw attention to the pieces that I want, right? And so now he knows that his commitment is worth something, right? I'm not going to mark everything on everyone, but I am going to mark the pieces of it. So another one that I would mark would be like him crossing my threshold. Yes, I'll always mark the icon, not always, but most of the time. Makai, boom. Yes, boom, right? So as he went around, mine, dude, yes. King, not dealing with you anymore. Can't deal with that, not with this. Ken, good. So Ken is much easier, much more forgiving. King, dude, king. Up, chill. So, all right. So, I've marked his commitment, I marked him passing. Ken? I'll cue when he gives eye contact. Makai. Boom. Yes. Right? He looked at the disc. Right? That's what I marked there. I want him to look at the disc. Probably not really a bunch of times, but I'll take it. I was looking for something there because I didn't think he was going to do anything when he came around. He has no expectancy for what happens after the round. King, if I don't throw, he's going to look in. I want to mark that. I want to have a history of that so he knows that if nothing happens to look in. Ready? Yes, Makai. Boom. Ken. You are ruining the stream, Ken. Yes, Makai. Yes, good man. What? Good work. Yes. Ho, ho, ho. Ah, let's do this.
Bring it to my lair.
To my lair. If I put him away, he's going to whine. CupCake, you would do it. I know. I would totally do it. Ken. Go, go, go. Ken. Good. Need 30 seconds, buddy. Knock yourself out. CupCake, CupCake. Good. So, here, eye contact, yes, squib. Eye contact, yes, through. Yes, pause. This one's expectant. She wants that. Yes, aus. Yes, through. Yes, here. Yes, squib. Good. Wait. Awesome. Catch. Aus. Yes. Makai. Yes. Wait. Yes. Boom. Good. Awesome. Right? So a bunch of stuff marked there. All of it completely bona fide, by the way. None of them a bullshit criteria. All of them are real bona fide criteria. And each of them thoughtfully reinforced by me with the next action, right? Here, yes, boom. Wait, yes, boom. Aus, yes. Makai, yes. Squib, wait. Good. Dude, are you kidding? Okay, go do dog stuff. So the inceptive marking, I'm marking the pieces of criteria that normally go unnoticed. They're transparent. When we're kicking ass, when I'm rocking with the dog, they don't. Our movement doesn't exist. It's just happening. It's awesome, right? And if I'm able to mark it and draw attention to it, then for both me and the dog, we know it's there. We know it happened. And that becomes an important place within the chain. So there you go, inceptive marking. And we've played Primal Games, and it's 10:50. Don't be John Travolta. Well, I don't know why. What's his name is playing? Nelson's playing. He shouldn't be. I didn't mean to play Nelson. What? Why is Nelson still playing?
Shut up, Nelson.
Shut up, Nelson. Shut up, Meg. Shut up, Meg. Shut up, Ken. Shut up, Ken. You guys, you say his name. You say Ken, and he looks at you, and you say Ken, and he goes. He gives you a blue steel look, dude. He gives you a blue steel look, man. It's great. Okay, so any questions about our show tonight? Our little show. I think it was kind of cool. Some nice stuff happened. Ken has a scoot. We weaponized. Where is the trigger? With a weaponized, where is the trigger? Ken gets a scoot. So, I don't know. What else do we got? Did you guys like the thumbnail for tonight? ChatGPT working overtime for me. Michelle, be sure you get on the website, hook up with me. There's some Play Plus stuff you need to look at. Some things are getting organized. I'll have to show you too, Antonis. I did a bunch of organization today. But all this stuff is coming together. Hopefully, was there anything really weird or hard to follow tonight? The affordances are weird. And they're hard to follow.
The action versus skill is
pretty clear. Yeah. I think the affordances are clear until you think about them, right? Like, does what I'm doing afford a catch or catchability? Does this throw afford catchability? Let's go back to the slow dogs. Antonis has a couple of dogs that are slower than they should be, right? And he's been moving slowly and throwing what he approximates as appropriate, right? And some of the throws he was making to Meg were like the appropriate distance, but they weren't at all the appropriate like flight. Right. So by the time Meg was where they were going to be caught, they were like careening to the ground like a ball. They didn't have any frisbee principles up there, right? And when you have a dog who's really slow and you throw to that distance, or you try to throw to a place, or you time it, as Georgios was having you try and time it, it doesn't work, right? You have to decide where the catch is affordable. Where and when is it affordable? And the only way that you can do that is to have somebody in your ear telling you meters, like when it's happening, or you have to realize that you have to read the dog and base your throw off of the dog. And it's usually that time thing that we fuck up on, right? You had the distance, you had the height, but the time was bad. And so handlers and frisbee dog people usually have the time wrong with frisbee, right? So placement has distance, height, and time. And that's what affords Some combination of that affords the catch, and you got to find that. And it's way easier to do when you just look at it and you see it falling in front of her face over and over. And if you think, well, what is it about that that doesn't afford a catch? And you're like, well, it's flying down past her face all the time. Why don't I fix that? Why don't I do something about that? And then all of a sudden you start to hang it a little. Maybe you throw it a little further and hang it. And that's what we did, by the way. I told him to throw it probably another third as far. She wasn't getting there already. We were at 22, 23 yards, right? Something like that. And she wasn't getting there. And I told him to put it out like 31, 32 with some hover and float. And then she started getting there. And after she started getting there, she started running hard. And in 10 reps, we had the bunny, right? We had a friggin' liquid moving bunny on the field going after the disc, which we promptly lost, right? Which we promptly ran out. But I think we get that back if we're not doing a bunch of weird shit, right? I think that's there. But anyway, affordances are a little weird. Other than that, I think everything was pretty not that bad. And the Inceptive Marking, I hope you can rewind it. You can watch when I marked and notice what happens after the marker and how the dog responds, right? Notice how the dog responds. That's what tells you if it's a cookie. One more thing on this. The cookie is not the driver in play, right? The cookie's not the driver. And if the cookie's the driver in play, you're not going to play. You're going to spend all your time working with that prima donna athlete who wants the contract, right? That's what that is. The cookie is currency. Everybody needs to eat, right? But the thing that we want to use in play is the expectancy to do the thing, and the expectancy to achieve, and the expectancy of like, what is going to happen? I think it's this. I hope it's this, right? And then to be pleasantly surprised over and over again. What a good day. A little sparring in the dojo. Ken, this is an unofficial spar. It will go on your record. Yes, Ken, you're a good man. I see you over there. What? Boom. Good work. All right, so that's that. We're going to get out of here. Michelle, hit me up. Everyone else, become a patron. Thanks to all of our patrons. This would not be happening without you guys. Patrons get access to class, get access to me, get access to other goodies like ebooks, and also get credits on any publications or series projects that I do. Thanks again, guys. I really do appreciate it. We're going to be trying to get things cracking on this Play Plus thing. Super cool stuff. Super appreciate it. All right, so let me make sure. Boom. Awesome. We're going to take off. I'll play us out with Badass Memeroll number 19. New Memeroll coming. I know I've been promising that, but I haven't been into my film editing. I haven't been into Final Cut Pro recently. It'll be like a 48-hour dive. There's a bunch of new stuff, and none of my stuff is where it's supposed to be. So it's actually a fairly big project, but I do need to do it. We'll get it done. Here we go. Badass Memeroll number 19. Thanks a bunch, guys. Have a good one. Whoops. CupCake can. What do we got? Okay. Good to work. Good to work. King, are you up for like something, dude? That is sad. Get off. Get off. King. Good work, handsome. I'm sad. I don't know what happened. Meg. Meg. Up, up. I'm back, CupCake. Good, good. I'm actually going to pull this one forward, so. Ken, it's called incline training, Ken. It is a very, very dangerous skill. Ken. Good. Meg. Meg. Ken. Meg. Ken. Yes. Quite a time to get sticky fingers. Do we have them on? Are they on? Is it too low? It's too low. Oh no, it isn't. Gotta hurry, Ken. You must hurry. You must. Good work. Wow. There's a lot of talent here. 2 weather girls, sports guy, an intern. Holy shit.